rabbi uh, dies and a bus driver dies also. And they both come up to heaven and they go, St. Peter goes to the rabbi and he gives him his, his quarters, very nice, apartment. And as the rabbi is leaving, this bus driver comes up and he sees like St. Peter is taking him, giving him this gorgeous suite and beautiful furniture and everything. So the rabbi is really looking and he goes up and says, St. Peter, what is this? I am a rabbi. I'm a man of the cloth, And look, the quarters that you gave me, and this man is just a bus driver, and you gave him such beautiful accommodations. So St. Peter said, Rabbi, with all due respect, but on Saturday, when you deliver your sermon, you put everybody to sleep. When the bus driver is driving, everybody is praying. A synagogue is looking for a rabbi. And they put an ad in the newspaper and they call around all the synagogues, if they know of somebody. But they say that he has to bring a letter of recommendation. So this rabbi comes with a letter of recommendation and makes an appointment with the president of the board, and he shows him the letter of recommendation, which reads as follows. This man can be compared to Moses. This man is another Shakespeare. This man is an angel. The president reads his letter of recommendation. He didn't audition him, nothing. Right away, he signs a contract. Came Saturday, time for the rabbi, to conduct the service, and they almost fainted. Like we say in Yiddish, es ist geworden finster in the Augen. That means that they get like blackened in their eyes, like they were about to faint. It's an expression in Yiddish. Anyways, so Sunday morning, right away, the president of the congregation calls up the president of the congregation that sent this beautiful letter of recommendation, and he's yelling at him, how come you send us a letter of recommendation like this? You deceived us, you lied to us. And the president said to him, no, I'm sorry. Neither we deceived you, neither we lied to you. We said this man can be compared to Moses. Moses stuttered, and he stutters too. We said he's another Shakespeare. Shakespeare didn't know any Hebrew, and he doesn't know any Hebrew either. And we said this man is an angel. An angel is not a mensch, and he's not a mensch either. This rabbi decides, it was a beautiful Saturday morning, and he decides he's going to play hooky. He's not going to go to the synagogue. So he goes to the golf course, and he's going to play a nice round of golf. And he starts playing, and St. Peter looks at me and says, and he runs to God and said, God, look what this rabbi is doing. Instead of going to the synagogue, he's playing golf. So God says, don't worry. And he keeps on playing, gets to the fourth hole, and he starts putting, and it comes a real strong wind, and he makes a hole in one. And St. Peter said to God, I don't understand. Is this the way you punish this man for not going Saturday to the synagogue, instead came to play golf? And God said, and you make him have a hole in one? And God said to him, don't you think it is enough punishment? Who is he going to tell? It's his 75th birthday, and the congregation decides they're going to send him to Florida all the expenses paid, a beautiful room in a very nice hotel. And so the rabbi goes into the hotel, and he is really very touched, you know, how nice. All of a sudden there's a knock in the door, and opens up the door, and this beautiful blonde comes in, you know, and the rabbi looks at her and says, "Rabbi, I'm here, I'm all yours." He picks up the phone and he calls the president of the congregation. "How dare you do this to me? I understand, I appreciate, you know, the hotel, the room, the expenses, but now you send me in a call girl? What is this with you? I want you to know that I'm very, very mad," and hangs up the phone. The girl hears that, so she puts on her coat and she's ready to leave. And the rabbi said to her, "Where are you going? I'm not mad at you." This old man, it's his 95th birthday, and the children also send him to Florida to a very nice hotel, and the man is sitting, you know, reading the newspaper in his room, very nice. There's a knock on the door, and opens up the door, and this is this beautiful, beautiful girl, and she said to him, "I'm here to give you super sex." And the poor man looks at her and he said, "You know what, darling? I'll take the soup." to an audiologist, and he said to him, "Doctor, I have a big problem. My wife is getting hard of hearing, but she doesn't want to admit it, and I don't know how to handle it. I don't want to embarrass her, you know, to tell her that she has to go to a doctor. And so what do you think?" So the doctor said, "Well, let's see. When you come to the house, you come in, and you stay by the door, and you say, 'Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner?' If there's no response, keep on walking and stay by the hallway and say the same thing. 'Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner?' If you still don't hear any response, go and stand by the kitchen door and tell her, 'Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner?'" So he does this. He comes home, stands by the door. "Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner?" No answer. Walks up to the hallway, stands there. "Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner?" No response. Goes into the kitchen, stands at the door, says, "Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner?" And she says, "For the third time, chicken."